This is me 3 months ago, and this is me now. I've lost 60 pounds since I started this transformation journey, but then I saw this Mr. Beast video, and I thought to myself, I think I can beat the Beast. His video did exactly what I think he was hoping for. It inspired me, it challenged me, and now it created their biggest enemy. All jokes aside, the dude in the video, Madge, is awesome. His passion, drive, ambition, and kind-heartedness really shined through. So I came up with an idea. I started actively trying to lose weight on May 6th. That was 90 days ago. Madge, with the help of Mr. Beast and all of his assets, lost 100 pounds in 178 days. So, if I want to beat that, if I want to beat Mr. Beast at his own game, I'd have to lose 40 more pounds in the next 87 days or less. So I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I will lose 100 pounds faster than Madge did in Mr. Beast's video, and I will do a daily vlog until the goal is achieved. Let's dive into today's video. Good morning, everybody. The day starts the same as always, where I walk my fur baby Danny for about 20 minutes around the neighborhood, and then I do my official weigh-in. It is Thursday, August 14th, and we are doing the official weigh-in. It was 2:05 yesterday. Let's see where we're at today. Putting the camera on the tripod. Hell yeah! Oh man, the body is a wild thing. So 205 yesterday, I believe, and we are at 202.2. Okay, that is definitely great news. Yeah, I have no idea. I ate pretty well yesterday. Got a good amount of protein in. My lunch, I had a side of potatoes that I skipped. And I just ate broccoli and beef, and I ate like 2 cups of shell-in pistachios, which is pretty solid in protein, lots of fiber, lots of calories though, so I'm kind of surprised that my weight is that low today. But anyways, I just want to document every day so that I can look back and learn and see whether it is progress or whether I fall off the wagon and need inspiration for how well I was doing. Hell yeah, super excited. After the weigh-in, it's about a 5-minute walk. I had to dodge a little doggy, but a little 5-minute walk to the community clubhouse where I'll sit in the jacuzzi for about 20 minutes and then I start swimming laps. Beat the Mr. Beast challenge continues. I kind of wanted to talk about gifts and curses today, strengths and weaknesses, all of that good stuff. And the reason why I'm thinking about it is I was thinking about the new Fantastic Four movie. It made me think about like the old ones from the 2000s with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans, and how so many times in superhero movies the heroes talk about like wishing they never had their powers and stuff like that, or that it's a curse, you know. And to an extent it makes sense, you know, like especially like in the Fantastic Four, you think of the Thing, like sure, he's super strong, nearly indestructible, all that good stuff, but his powers definitely have a downside, like not just the moral responsibility of being a good person and helping, but like literally being a big rock that like no one can actually like physically intimately love. Like that kind of sucks. And kids will be scared of you, girls will be scared of you, people will be scared of you. Like it's so clear that gift and its opposite side of the curse that it comes with. In X-Men, Rogue, right? Super strong, can fly, all this other good stuff, but can never touch anybody. If she touches anyone, she might kill them. You know, like that's so obviously like a gift and a curse. But when I see, I don't think it happened in the new movie, but like Jessica Alba's Sue Storm, Mrs. the Invisible Woman, it's like, oh, I wish I didn't have these powers, like, it sucks so much. And it's like, there's only upside to your powers. I don't understand the curse. Just don't use your powers if you don't want to, you know? Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because if you watch multiple of my videos, you'll notice that I have a pretty strong routine. You know, I sit in this jacuzzi, I swim laps, I walk on my treadmill, I take my dog for sunset walks. It's very, very repetitive, very, very habitual, very, very consistent, and that's all by design. But I couldn't help but think this morning, like, I wear practically the same clothes every time, and I wonder if repeat viewers are thinking, like, damn, this guy must stink, or like his clothes must smell. This dude never changes his clothes. I'm gonna wear like bright red shorts today on my treadmill walk, just so that people know that A, I'm not reusing footage, I do this every day, and B, I'm not stank nasty, I'm not grody as hell. So why I say that is because I want to talk about one of my gifts in life and simultaneously curses. And it's always for the longest time it was just a curse. Like, I didn't really see the upside in it, and now I kind of only see the upside. So it's weird how life is. So this curse that I'm talking about is, I think I might be one of, if not the sweatiest, oiliest people you'll ever meet or see. It'd be cool to meet one of you guys one of these days. But I swear, like, every time I go somewhere, I am the sweatiest, oiliest person. I remember one time I went to Disneyland. This was like right when the Star Wars land opened, so the line for the Millennium Falcon ride was super long, and some of it wasn't in shade, and I was just sweating profusely. I brought a little towel because I knew, but I was still just like, I remember making like eye contact with another person in the zigzag lines, this like tall black dude, and he was, I want to say, equally as sweaty and oily, and we just looked at each other, and it was like I get you, I feel you, I know you. You know what I mean? That was the only time in my life where I felt like that guy might know what I'm going through. It's been a curse my whole life. Just, it's not fun being super sweaty and super oily, especially as a teenager. It runs in the family. My brother and my sister were also super sweaty, oily folks, so we all, you know, struggled with acne as well. And it's just like, the thing that I worry about, and why I'm tying into the treadmill videos, is I think a lot of people associate sweaty with stinky. And if you see like a sweaty person, you probably think they're stanky. That always made me self-conscious as a kid and as a teenager, and probably even in my 20s, just be the sweatiest all the time for like no reason. I remember there was a time where I thought it was because I was overweight, and I dieted and exercised and I lost all this weight, and I was super healthy, eating healthy, and I was still super sweaty and super oily. It's like, what the heck? As I get older, I started to realize that maybe this curse isn't a curse after all. Maybe it's a blessing. And I'm not talking about just the normal stuff that people would say to me, like, oh, your body is really good at regulating, and oh, athletic people sweat a lot, like that's good, you can cool down faster, and like not just that stuff, which I think is true, honestly. But the thing that I kind of noticed, and please comment down below if you think I'm delusional, being super sweaty and super oily, even into my late 30s, I think it honestly is one of the bigger reasons why I have a youthful appearance, and maybe even a lot of Asians. I mean, a lot of Asians just avoid the sun for the life of them, so they don't age that fast. I think it just literally made my skin more elastic and heal faster. I don't deal necessarily with so much acne anymore. I'm looking at my friends who are my age, or maybe even like 10 years younger than me, and like superficially I'm thinking, like, damn, like they got wrinkles, they look older than me, like. And I started to think, like, it can't just be genetics or like avoiding the sun. I don't avoid the sun, you know. And I kind of pinpointed it to, or maybe I watched the video and it was like, you know, the benefits of being oily and sweaty and all that stuff. It's like, no, so there was something good about that. Again, please comment below if you're like, bruh, you look your age, dude. I think thinning hair will never be able, no matter how nice my skin may look, thinning hair is always gonna give away my age. But with that, I think also a huge blessing is, and I swear to God, I know there's no way for you guys to, you know, fact check me or fraud check me. I don't smell. And I've seen some bro science. I don't know if it's actually real or not, but like some Asians or some East Asians are missing or have a particular gene that makes their sweat not smell or something like that. I don't know, but I just don't smell. Like I can wear the same shirt to the gym and sweat profusely like 3 days in a row, and that thing smells as good as new. I've tested it too with significant others. Like they don't know, and I'm like, hey, does this shirt smell? And it's like filled with like 5 days worth of sweat, and it's like, no, it smells good. And I know I'm not crazy. And I also, look at this bad boy. Look at this. This Filipino nose is super powerful, super sensitive. I have a super sensitivity to smells. Whenever I think I smell, you know, I'll ask close friends or significant others, like, hey, yo, dude, can you smell me? You know, and I'll ask them to like get like 2 inches from me, like, seriously though, do I smell? Like, because I can smell it, and they'll be like, no, dude, like, I don't. And I trust them, you know what I mean? They're not just blowing smoke up my butt. But yeah, so I just don't smell, which is super cool. Now, obviously, to a limit, I think probably like a week of nasty, and probably I'll start smelling. But yeah, I think it's a huge gift that I never really thought of, that came with the curse of being sweaty and oily. Again, the reason why I bring all this up is because I was subconsciously and anxiously worried that people were judging me for wearing the same clothes every day and thinking I'm stinky or sweaty. I swear to God, I'm not. There's a lot of power in air drying your clothes. Like, don't let sweaty stuff just ball up and sit. I think that's no amount of superpowers is gonna stop that from smelling bad. Now, as I'm older, being oily and being sweaty, it's all just like a blessing now. 99% blessing. I kind of still don't like the fact that I get to places and I'm sweaty as hell, but at the very least, at least I don't smell, which is cool. I also feel bad, but it also gives me perspective because, you know, I have certain friends that maybe don't really sweat that much, but for whatever reason, their body can produce BO so fast, so easily. And, you know, they're hygienic people. They take showers and every day and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, they just got the curse of smelling bad. Gives me kind of sympathy for them because that sucks, right? That's just genetics. So anyways, I think I'm rambling. I guess the point that I'm trying to make in this video is sometimes the biggest negatives in your life or the biggest curses, it just takes a little bit of time to really think about it, try to look at it at a different perspective, and you may realize that there's huge blessings and benefits to what you perceive as just like a shitty hand that you were dealt in life. I'm sweaty, I'm oily, but I think it helped me look younger than I am, and I don't smell, so worth the trade-off. All right, I'm gonna go swim. Just finished my swim. It's like a good and bad thing, kind of going back to the curse and the benefits and the gifts. My smartwatch when I was swimming was saying I was behind, and it felt like no way, I'm doing way more. But anyways, I was aiming for 25 laps and I ended up doing, what is that, 28, 839 calories, 1.4 kilometers, 44 minutes, almost 45 minutes. And while I was swimming, it was saying I was only doing 25 laps, and I ended up doing 28. I don't understand. Something's weirdly wrong with my watch, but I guess I'll take that as a good thing because it's making me swim longer than I expect. After stretching and doing a little bit of yoga in the jacuzzi, I'll take another 5-minute lap back home where I start my Japanese walking session. About halfway through my Japanese style walk, I do 2, sometimes 3 sessions of Japanese walking every day, which is 30 minutes of 5 intervals going between high intensity and low intensity. So right now I'm at the low intensity interval. I'll do 3 minutes flat, slow walking, and then 3 minutes incline fast walking, and I do that 6 times, or I'll do that 5 times, and it ends up being 30 minutes. Anyways, a little more than halfway through. But getting back to what I was talking about in the jacuzzi, strengths and weaknesses, gifts and curses. It's all so interesting because honestly, I'm learning more and more how, our perspective really changes how we see the world, how we see ourselves, all of that stuff. So I'm super curious. Is there anything that you guys might be thinking about, or is there something that you have always thought was a curse or a gift or a strength or a weakness? Is there anything that is similar to me where maybe at first you felt like it was a huge curse or a huge burden, but maybe a perspective shift or time made you feel like, you know what, this is actually quite a blessing? I'd love to hear from you guys. And even if it's just purely a curse or just purely a blessing, I think it'd be cool to share with each other and everything. Maybe we can help each other see a different perspective in case it really kind of sucks. Whew. But yeah, I'll share another thing right now, since I still got 12 more minutes on this treadmill. That kind of fits that bill of blessing or curse, gift or burden. I'm kind of OCD. I don't think I'm obsessive, but I know a lot of friends who have been like, Tristan, yeah, you're kind of OCD, man. And sometimes it can be a bad thing, right? It can be a burden. Sometimes I can be obsessed with the wrong things. Maybe I'm obsessed with, I don't know, a video game or like a brain rot TV show or something like that. But other times it can be a huge blessing. Obsessed over getting the house clean, or obsessed with what I'm doing right now, trying to lose weight and get healthy and get my life back. Right now, if I would have to pinpoint what I'm super obsessed with, I'm obsessed with the idea of building discipline, building good habits, building automated systems that lead me to have discipline. At least right now, being obsessed with building discipline has been making huge changes in my life. So it helps me kind of target all of the areas in which I feel like, damn, I wish I could have poured more into that. So that's just another one for me, being a little bit OCD. If it's a spectrum, I got the mild sauce of OCD. My friend was telling me, like, real bad OCD is like, why I think I have the mild version is, when you're like watching TV, my new TV doesn't have it anymore, but back in the day, there would be numbers, and I would always want to set it to a multiple of 8. Like that's my brain. So the volume always had to be at either 8 or 16 or 24 or 32, and I just felt wrong when it wasn't on those numbers. And my friend was telling me, like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's a little OCD, but real OCD is if you leave the house and you can't remember what the TV volume was set on. Was it 30 or was it 32? I don't know. And for the rest of the day, you are fucked. You are thinking about that TV and that volume the rest of the day, and you cannot stop thinking about wanting to go home to check to see if that volume is correct or not. Like something like that. I'm definitely not that. But I do got weird quirks like the multiples of 8. I think that comes from UX and UI design. Like everything's like a 8 pixel grid type of thing. Everything's always 8, 16, 32 pixels away from each other. Cons are 24, 32, 48 pixels wide. I like to see it as a superpower. I like to see it as a blessing, not a curse. But also just knowing that I can and have a tendency to be obsessed with the wrong things. Or maybe not wrong, but like unhealthy things. It's good to know. Good to see different perspectives, multiple perspectives all the time. Because, yeah, I don't want to just be a blind optimist where I'm like, no, this is a blessing. Sometimes things suck, you gotta be able to accept it.
So after I walk, here's a little montage of my first meal of the day, which is 2 scoops of whey protein and a bunch of different supplements. And then I ended up taking a scooter ride to Costco to get some groceries And yeah, ended up eating 3 slices of pizza from their deli. It was not on purpose, but it just ended up happening because they were giving me free food, which I'll probably pay for tomorrow. And then here's another hyperlapse of me doing another Japanese walking session later on in the day, trying to kind of mitigate that pizza from earlier.
I just did a quick 100 reps of anything right now, just to kind of end the night on a good note. Did 25 push-ups, 30 lunges, 20 leg lifts for my abs, 30 calf raises. So nothing crazy, just kind of wanted to get a little bit of activity in at night. And I'm about to hop into the sauna to just kind of relax the body, relax the muscles, and then I'll shower, head to bed. Yeah, today was good activity-wise. I got about 14,500 steps, did my swim, did some resistance with body weight reps. The only thing that was kind of bad was that when I went to Costco to get some groceries, I cannot say no to the deli food. It's just so cheap and so good. So I ended up getting 2 hot dogs. But the problem was that when I went to go get my food, because you kind of order at the kiosk and then you bring your ticket to the window, the lady was like, it's gonna be like 5-10 minutes for the hot dogs. And I was like, oh, dang. And she's like, well, if you don't want to wait, I can give you like 3 pizzas, no extra charge, like 3 slices. And I was like, maybe. And then I looked at the little window and I saw like kind of not stale, but it's like the last pieces of pizza left. And I was like, maybe I'll just wait. But then they brought a fresh pizza out and I was like, you know what? Give me those 3 slices. I'll take it. No big deal. So yeah, that wasn't good. So I ate 3 big old slices of Costco pizza. That plus the protein, I'm probably just over 2,000 calories today, which is well over what I aim for. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna be over 202, but we'll see. You never know. I'm gonna hit the sauna, take a shower, and then go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.